Good morning, lovelies. Almost afternoon here in Florida. Happy sunny Saturday. I hope you guys are well. I skipped yesterday doing a reading. Didn't feel too well. It's my own fault, but I feel totally better now. So I'm happy to be here and share some of these messages with you guys. I asked for a little bit of guidance when I meditated before the reading to what needs to be said today, and the peacock immediately came up in my vision. So I'm going to talk about that for a minute. But first, if you wouldn't mind liking and subscribing, hitting the bell icon there to get notifications that I put up a new video. If you feel that these readings help you at all, or if you'd like to get a private reading with me, the information is below in the box. I also have 2 Instagram pages. One is connected to this, the same name, Blissfully Aware Healing 888, and that one has to do with obviously healing, self-love, just like this channel. I'll do mini readings on there. If you guys need any guidance for that day or that week, go check that out. If it resonates, just give it a little like on there too, and tell your friends about it if you enjoy it and if it helps at all. That's really all that I want, okay? Nothing that you're doing is ever wrong. Anything that I share will just be information that, like I said, if it does help you, take it with you, and if it doesn't pertain to you, then you can just let it go. It's not for you, okay? My other Instagram page is called Lindsay Tattoos. It's LNZ. That is my name. I've been a tattoo artist for 18 years and an artist all my life, so if you want to go check that out, that's just there for you if you're interested. So let's get to this about peacock. First off, it's the epitome of beauty, and one of the things that it represents is self-love. So what a perfect animal for this, right? I picked a lot of blues today to where I feel like the ocean, so I thought that was kind of cool. Blue, of course, has to do with your throat chakra. Make sure that you guys are communicating your feelings and your true self, okay, with whoever it is, and communicate with compassion, okay, and with positivity. You don't have to communicate with anger or resentment or anything. Just meditate on what you want to say in a calm way, and watch how circumstances change and get healed very quickly when you are able to convey your messages with love, okay? So also the peacock offers lessons about honor, integrity, and the importance of facing life's challenges, as well as the unknown, and then having courage and confidence to do so. Okay, peacock's all about confidence, self-confidence, all right, but making sure that you're not being arrogant or vain or unapproachable. Okay, we've all met those kind of people, and maybe we've been that person at one time in our life. Okay, just soften yourself up a little bit. You can walk with confidence and grace, and not having to force or be aggressive with it towards anyone. Okay, so make sure you're standing tall in yourself. Literally, when you walk into a room, stand tall. Okay, stand with the full intention and knowing how powerful you are and what a wonderful person you are. Okay, like I said, self-love comes first. So if you're not radiating self-love, then loving people are not going to come around you. All right, okay. You also may be entering a time of rebirth, okay, because it's all about resurrection also. Peacocks have also been tied to a similar meaning as the phoenix bird, as far as like coming from the ashes again, rebirth, resurrection, and stuff like that. So a lot of that going on right now with the transitions in the world. There's a lot of negative energy being put out there. We must stop and think for a minute, okay, why may some of these major media sources be posting and broadcasting only negativity? It seems like negative stories. None of the positivity seems to be put on the front lines, all right? I just want you guys to marinate on that today and stop and think about it for a minute. Because if you have ever seen the rice experiment, where the 2 jars of rice, one was given love statements every day and one was given hate statements every day, within a couple days, I believe, the hate rice started to turn black and moldy, and I think it was like a month or 2 later, the love that was given to that jar of rice stayed white and without any bacteria or mold or anything on it. So there's been a lot of experiments done with that, you know, quite a few people have done that, and you can find it all over the internet if you want to go check that out. But it's the power of your vibration and the negativity that you put out. So if the media is only putting out negativity, we have to think why, right? Because negative vibrations keep us low, and it keeps our self-confidence low. When that's not an issue and we're confident in ourselves, we can go out there and conquer the world, and we can spread love and we know what we need to do, and we do it, and we do it with intention, right? If we're negative, if we're in a rut, if we feel like we're not shit, if we feel like we're not worth anything, where does that keep us, right? And it keeps us down and it keeps us low. Please be compassionate with each other right now. Not only with the virus stuff, you know, but with the senseless murders going on. Man, try to remain positive as you can, please, you guys. Okay, we need to spread love and compassion right now. All right, don't get dragged down into the depths of the negativity being shared out there. Okay, try to keep it out of your environment as much as you can. All right, some of you need to balance a little bit of work time with playtime. Okay, I get that you've been stressed out. Some of you have just got back to work and are worried about bills and making the money and doing what you can. You can only do what you can, okay? Stressing about it is not gonna help, as I've talked about before. So if you get some playtime in there, I don't care what it is, okay? I don't care if it's an hour or two that you just go do something you like to do, whether it's playing pool, if you build model airplanes, you know, if you're like me, if you do paintings, whatever gets your mind off of that, you know what I mean? Go play poker, I don't care what it is, you know, a positive activity that keeps your mind, that's fun. Get some sun, go out in nature, go to the park, go play ball, you know, any of that stuff will take your mind off of the worries for even an hour or two, and you'll watch how much of your manifestations start to come forward and start to pop up. Okay, I would say most, if not all, of my manifestations come almost instantly when I go out and have fun and stop thinking about it and worrying about it. Okay, so just try that. Again, only an hour or two. You don't have to, you know, if you can't make yourself play all day, which it's needed at least one day a week, I would say, then take an hour or two, some time for yourself to go and play, to stop thinking about all this earthly 3D bullshit, you know what I mean, that really doesn't matter in the end. It's all about the love and taking care of ourselves. So make sure you're doing that. Because again, worrying and fears and anything like that is blocking what you want in your life, okay? It's blocking your manifestations. Anything that you're wanting, you're putting a big old roadblock in front of it by worrying about it, because you're putting stress on it. So that energy and that vibration of stress is keeping it away. Once you remove that, and you know it's gonna come no matter when and no matter how, but you know that you're gonna get it because you deserve it, and that's where self-love comes in also, then there it is. The peacock also has to do with awakening, spirituality, awareness, leadership, and resurrection, which I already talked about that part. I think in my last reading had to do with people starting their own business and some self-employment. I believe that's what the cards were reading that day. Again, it comes up a little bit with the leadership and having self-confidence. You know, don't lose that. If you guys are confident in your new business venture, or even changing over to something totally different that you've been wanting to do that you've never actually pursued in a career form before, have confidence and go for it. Again, set your intention, and there's no reason you can't have it if you keep your mindset focused on that, okay? Peacock also has to do with paying attention to our feet, okay? A lot of us neglect our feet. You know, they're down there at the bottom, they're in the dirt sometimes, you know, they get dirty, some people's feet are smelly, you know, sometimes they don't have a very positive connotation, but try to give some love to your feet this week, whether it's a pedicure, you can paint your own nails, if you're a guy and that's really not your thing, or a girl and that's really not your thing, you know, when you get out of the shower, just take some time to dry your feet and tell them you love them, and maybe put some lotion on them and kick them up for a little bit, you know, and not stand on them all day, and give them a little bit of rest, because feet have to do with foundation and support, right? So if your foundation, just like a house, is rocky or unbalanced or unsettled, You have to make sure that it's solid, right? If you don't have a solid foundation, you can't build on from there. So your feet have a lot to do with that. Even the, you know, just the spiritual meaning of it, obviously, them being the base of your actual physical body, of being your foundation of it. But it also represents, you know, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? I swear I don't have any words this week. So if you're ever having problems with your feet, there's something in your outer environment you need to look at, okay, that you don't feel supported in, maybe, or you're not supporting yourself. Again, maybe you're not taking care of your feet. And once you do and start to show love in that way and get your foundation back balanced in your life and your groundwork done and set, I bet you will start to see a lot of improvement in how your feet feel and how they look and all of that, okay? All right, and I did pull a few cards because I kind of wanted, besides the peacock, to I like to pull them before for these general readings because they're not personal readings. Those I would pull off the energy of the person and pull at that time. These I like to pull beforehand so I can gather my thoughts about what they're trying to convey to you guys today and how it relates maybe to what I've already written down about the messages that I got through my visions and things like that. So we had 4 of them in reverse. And these, I believe, are, for some of you out there, well, the 4 that were in reverse were divine guidance, support, trust, and signs. Super connected with those 4 things, okay? So some of you guys are asking for support, but you're not believing that you have it, and you're not listening to the divine guidance and the signs that are around you. You're not trusting it, okay? So those all, like I said, have to do very specifically with one another, and they interconnect so well. So please, when you ask for guidance and you ask for divine guidance, you must trust that you're going to get it, okay? Trust that you'll get your divine guidance because, like I said, when you're not blocking it and worrying about it, your answers will come instantaneous. Just quiet your mind a little bit. You will start to see the signs that you need to see. These could come in a ding, as to, like, say you ask yourself something in your mind and your phone dings. That's not a coincidence that it dinged at the time you needed an answer, okay? So that's your answer. It could be in forms of butterflies, birds, numbers, all kinds of stuff that we think is irrelevant, that if we paid attention to, we would realize that it's actually going directly along with the answers that we need. Okay, it's not going to be some big billboard or some, you know, like literal message maybe coming to you. It's in the form of symbols and signs, so that's what we must pay attention to. That's why we have all of this stuff around us to help us with that, to guide us, right? Besides following our intuition. All right, believe that you have the support around you that you need, guys. And I'm not talking about from your mom and from your dad and from your grandma and from your boss and from your boyfriend and from your girlfriend and spouse, whatever, okay? I'm not talking about the support from them. You cannot rely on other people for their support to support you. They're going through their own shit. You can't take it personal if you think that they should be supporting you monetarily, you know, mentally, you know, in a loving relationship way, whatever it may be. You can't put that on somebody else, okay? It wouldn't be cool if somebody else put that on you, so don't expect that from someone else. You must know that the universe supports you and will guide you, and that's why you have to trust the signs and the divine guidance that's around you and know that the universe supports you, God supports you, your angels support you, okay? Your ancestors that have passed away, your loving ones, friends, family that have passed away, they support you. You know, they supported you in this life, but they really support you out there, you know? So it's much easier when you ask, like I said, because we do have free will. So ask these people to help you. Ask your angels to help you. Ask your guides to help you. All right? And see how much it comes through. Just trust and pay attention. All right? What else we have? Some of you, like I said, there's some rebirth going on. Some of you may be having different thoughts and feelings and maybe ideas about stuff that you didn't before. Maybe you're good grief, I can't talk today. You're beliefs that you had before, maybe they're starting to change. Maybe there's some things you're reading about and watching and you're starting to question everything that you knew before, okay? So that a lot of things are changing. It has to do with the resurrection and the rebirth that I was talking about earlier, okay? You're gonna lose some friends and maybe even some family, you know, and I don't mean in death, I mean as far as the relationships. Some of them will need to drop away, okay? If it's not good for your inner being, if it's really not good for your well-being, it's gonna have to drop away, or at least the negative parts of those relationships, okay? You're gonna have some new friendships coming in. So that one came up in the upright. And so look for that. You know, if your ideals are changing, you're gonna have people come into your life that are gonna start to match and mirror those, okay? And you may not agree with some other people, which is fine, that have been in your life forever, but if that causes a rift and you guys to separate, then that's needed, okay? That's protection for you or for them. It's just different paths that we have, okay? Again, you can't take that stuff personally. If some people that you thought would be in your life forever must drift out of your life, then you must accept it, have the self-confidence, okay, and the power to move on, all right? Oh, our last card in the upright, self-acceptance. So I think a lot of you guys are getting better with that, for sure. I'm going to read what that one says. You are a perfect child of God, and every part of you is wonderful. Your angels guide you to let go of negative self-judgments and to enjoy being you. You are much too hard on yourself, your angels say to you through this card. Although you enjoy having high standards, it's important to view yourself through loving eyes. Berating yourself only makes your spirit sink. Self-improvement comes from a positive mindset. See yourself through your angel's eyes, and you will see someone who is a perfect and holy child of God. Although you have made mistakes in the past, there's nothing that you could have ever said, thought, or done that would change God's love for you. The angels see past your surface mistakes, and they see the beating heart of God's love within you. They love you unconditionally, and they ask you to love yourself in the same way. Okay? I had something I was going to say. Maybe a way to put it in an easier perspective that I have mentioned before, but that always helps me. If you're being hard on yourself and you're being abusive in your mind, and maybe some things you're not sure, you question if it is abuse or if you're just, you know, maybe you're being a bit rigid in your thoughts about yourself. Ask yourself if you would say any of those things to your child or to a child, okay? Or somebody you love. If you wouldn't say those things to anybody you love, stop saying them to yourself, okay? And accept the way you are. You can change anything about you that you need to, all right? It is a process, but you can do it. So if you are just sitting there and dwelling on stuff you don't like about yourself, those things will remain in the 3D, the things that you don't like. Once you start to accept yourself and start to replace all the things you don't like with pointing out all the things that you love about yourself, maybe you have good hair, maybe you have good eyes, maybe you love, you know, how your nails grow, maybe you love the shape of your legs. I don't care what it is, there's something good that you can pick out about yourself, and if there's not, then you need to work on that, okay? Because nothing in your life is going to balance out and be truly how you want it until you start with that, and start with the foundation and the grounding, footwork, balancing yourself, and building from the bottom up, okay? What else? We're gonna do just a normal, not a normal, but a very common crystal, but a very powerful, beautiful crystal. And I may have done it before, but I'm gonna do it again for today, which is the purple amethyst. Oh, sparkles, yes. Oh, let me grab my little book there. I felt it necessary, even if I have put it up for the crystal of the day before, to do it once again today with what we have going on in the world. Let me read you here my little ditty what I wrote. Obviously very easy to look up on the internet. If you want to look up more about the meaning, I'll just give you my general meaning that I have written down in my little fluffy rainbow book of crystals. It's believed to help you work through emotions like fear, stress, and anger. In the home, it may provide an emotionally balanced atmosphere, and when used under the pillow or mattress, may prevent nightmares. So if some of you are having some difficulties with your dreams, put it like you said, under your pillow or next to your nightstand. It also has to do with the crown chakra being purple, the purple amethyst and purple color, you know, so there's a bit of work maybe we need to do up there for the crown chakra, something to look into also. I'm not going to get into it a lot. There's a lot of purple in the spread today, so look into that, into ways of healing your crown chakra, opening it up. You can meditate on it, and picture it as a lotus flower opening. Oh, I dropped my pen. And a purple lotus flower atop your head, picture it opening, picture the white light of the divine coming in through, radiating through your third eye and going down through all your chakras, shining that lovingly white light through everything, protecting you, loving you, and guiding you to your best self, okay? I think that's a good one for today. Keep it kind of short and sweet. Like and subscribe, please, if you don't mind. Like I said, share it with your friends and family if you think it's something that they may need to hear today or this week. I love you guys so much. I appreciate your support more than you know, and I hope you have the best day ever. We'll talk soon.